Who put in 1k for the prediction? We losing Hoagie time tonight, boys? Yeah, the S chase doesn't usually happen to somewhere over the 20-minute mark in the run, so I've set the prediction to last for 20 minutes. Hopefully everyone gets a chance to predict before the chase comes around. Yeah, all going well, this is the last ending that I need to do for this game. And then I have at least a speedrun for every ending. Then I'll find what ending I like and grind out a real good time for it. Squid. Don't even think that's a squid. Too long. It's also kind of a mech. Eek squid. It's Octodad. Oof. Remember Octodad? It's been a minute. I started getting to a point where I was like unironically good at that game. I'm pretty sure it's PC that I used to play it on, and I got like every achievement on Steam for it. Octo's sad. Oh, you didn't? Oh, you did. Spooder go fucking meow. This feels like a really late descent. It was. 2:49. Disgusting. Just waiting to win back your channel points. Oops. Interesting that you can't hit the buttons side on, but you can hit the chase buttons side on. There, split that super late. I did actually press the button, but it never went through. I think I ghost keyed it. Oops, forgot about this room. Some of the layout in this game is really difficult to track, particularly in these early stages. What the fuck is that? Fucking some sort of Pikachu. I had a look at the current record for this category as well. It's like, I don't remember it exactly, but it's 1 hour 4 minutes and something. There we go. Lovely that. Not sure why that never skipped there, but that's okay. Back with dinner. Welcome back. What did you have? Or what do you have, should I say? Oh! The opposing vote. Oh shit. My guy also put in a key. Nice. I get you. Thanks. What movement is this? My movement is just not up to scratch today. Yeah, that was pretty good. It would just have all movement like that. I haven't explained this end very well. So what we're looking to do here is the known route while also collecting all the stones, and we have to lose the ribbon. Which means we need to take an extra detour that we normally wouldn't. But you'll see when we get there. It hopefully shouldn't take up too much time. Once again, the former world record is like an hour 4 in some... Oops, hand slipped off the key. An hour 4 and then some amount of seconds that I don't remember. I don't think it's many that. I think it might even just be 1 second. Like an hour 4 and 1. Here he is. Here he is. How can she have so much dialogue to skip through? She doesn't talk. I think we're on okay pace so far. I think we picked up a wee bit with movement in the latter half of that last area. Because we got the descent super slow. Like, I don't think I've had a descent that slow, like, the whole time that I've been playing. At least as far as the general strat optimization and stuff like that goes. That's the slowest descent I've had in a while. My man really wants to redeem that Hoagie time reward. Can't say I blame you. Oof. I actually thought you would have. It'll be for a special occasion. Super world record. Surprise dinner. Oh, bruh. That was pretty good. Like, that wasn't too shabby at all. What's the world record for this ending? I don't remember 100% off the top of my head, but I think it's like an hour, 4 minutes and something. There's quite a bit to do in this ending. As far as like things that deviate from the normal path that you're on. God, half tiles. The half tiles in this game have genuinely made an enemy of me, like so many times. Yeah, that's still pretty good pace compared to the time that you would usually go down there. on a like non-collectible based run. No! I hate him. Oh, seen him there just at the far left. E. A tad close for comfort there. Imagine if we just went at that speed the whole game. Okay, still looking good. Although everything up to this point is usually okay. It's around about the S chase where everything starts going real bad. Gotcha. This. And a key in here as well. Disgusting. We're about a minute behind what we would be on if we were doing like a non-collectible run. Which is like fine considering we are getting collectibles, but I don't know if the collectibles justify being a whole minute behind. Like I don't think any of the detours have been that bad. Just putting a lot of focus on getting these corners and stuff like that correct here. Little wide, half tile wide. Okay, so we do not want to pick option 2 here. That would send you down the N-ray route. Fortunately, by default, it hovers over the first option, so we can just mash through this without too much thought. Wonder what happens to them in the end. Be on that perfect line there. Okay, this is usually the make or break point for the run. See how it goes. We've had a lot of issues with half-tile movement in this run, so let's see how it pans out. Unless he does that absolutely bananas line, which he's not because I can see him running up that far side and we are clear. Ooh, ooh, that was so close at the end there. Well. Whoever voted easy, congratulations on your points. I can immediately tell who's who. Damn. Mission failed, Silent Gamer. You'll get it next time. That was a really good chase though. There was like one minor flub. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a few when it's like trying to get him round certain pillars. But nothing too bad. There wasn't like any safety strats or anything like that that I had to implement. That was all pretty good. That's unfortunate as well, because the last time we done a prediction where Beppis won again saying that I was gonna die, it was because he done movement I'd never seen in my life. Like, even back when I was playing the Japanese version of this in 2019, he just doesn't move like that. And yet he did. It was the only time in any of my playthroughs, or any playthroughs that I've seen of anybody playing the game. Like, obviously I mod the leaderboards for it, so I need to verify runs that go onto it. Numelix verifies Summit as well. And I can safely say that I've never seen that. Like, that was the maddest movement I've ever seen in my life. Beppis hacked it. Plausible theory, to be honest. Oops. Movement. The absolute pace of the tech skip. Like, I was watching the ending for the current true end world record, so that I could see if there was any like post-game stuff that I had to deal with. And don't get me wrong, their text mashing is like super quick, but just any manual pace compared to the glorious auto skip button is outmatched, outclassed. He's got a prediction streak going on the same way that you have a world record streak. You all got attributes. Unique skill sets intensify. Get good. Cutscene time. It's Pepper Sheep redeemed Hydrate. Shit. Be sipping on some of that Dr. Pepper tonight. Use my points for that. Refund. Haven't hard that in so long. Hard. It is a top-notch caffeinated beverage though. Yeah, Pepper Sheep's on the real hydration check. Genuinely on a diet of nothing but water and tea, as far as liquids go. And sauce. Very nice, boys. Damn, well done. That is impressive. Such willpower. That milk's accessible? Not a word. Acceptable. A good source of calcium. Once again, acceptable. What would be the alternative? Weetabix and water? Dry Weetabix? One of them sounds like terrible, and the other is terrible. Can confirm. No bug. Yay. Yeah, orange juice is surprisingly high in sugar, as are most kinda like natural fruit drinks. This isn't even including the fact that excuse me. This isn't even including the fact that like they can add sugar to it, but fruit and stuff like that's got plenty of artificial sugar, or natural sugar I should say. And indeed it is well tasty. Very refreshing. Oops. I do mind dry Weetabix for sure, it's just sawdust. Oranger Juice. Is that the sequel to Orange Juice? Even more oranger. Orangest juice. Orange juice. I sleep. Oranger juice. Woke. Purgatory 1's another game I should probably at least attempt to improve my time on. Because, like, this will sound okay when I say it, and then in practice it'll be like, hang on. My current time for Purgatory 1 is 1420. Like a significantly shorter game than P2. So 1420 is my time, and the world record is 14. So we're only... is that 20 seconds for the record? Which is good, but then even 20 seconds for the record, that's 5th place. Because it's one of the games where the high level of the game is like fairly tightly contested. Like a lot of the runs are so good. Like very, very few mistakes. Like the movement mistakes that you would see in this run, where it's like getting caught in walls and occasionally things like that. If you did any of that in Purgatory 1, like that would cost you. In some cases, potentially the whole run, because there's a lot of really like tight movement parts. What's in your head after Purgatory 2? I don't know. The problem is that there's so many things that I want to do that I don't know in what order to do them. Oh, fuck off with that. Not again. E-simulator. E-simulator. Sorry, I can see there's something in the chat, but the movement round this area specifically is kinda demanding, so I'm not looking at it too much. There's a big string of text just coming up here. You said you want to speedrun Bloodstain, but you need to beat it and then practice all the runs, then see if you really do want to speedrun it, and you've also said Corpse Party. Indeed I have. If I did run Bloodstained, it would be to start just episode 1. And then I would learn episode 1 and get at least a time that I'm happy with. And if I decide that it's really fun, and my god, if I decide that it's really fun and that I want to continue playing it, then that's what I'll do. And I'll like work my way through the rest of the game. Categories, things like that. But then also Corpse Party exists. I have a time in Corpse Party Rebirth, which is a fan-made, but also acknowledged by the creators of the game and allowed remake of the original 98 Corpse Party. And I have, as mentioned, 3rd place on that, but it's a really outdated 3rd place because since I done it, there's been a discovery of new like versions and strategies and stuff like that. So my run, despite being 3rd place, is way outdated. Like oh dear, the only reason it's still 3rd place is just because not a lot of people play the game. If the game had more traction, that would be way further back by now, by default. But then also Corpse Party PSP is a game that I wanted to run for a while. But I also have the PC port of that, which is its own game, Corpse Party PC. What else was there? I considered running Blood Drive, but I honestly don't really like Blood Drive all that much, so... Is the upcoming PS4 version also the 3DS version, which is said to be the best? I'm not 100% sure on the PS4 version, as far as like what it does and doesn't have compared to the 3DS version. The 3DS version, not as 3DS, you were correct, has like it's the definitive way to play, I believe. But the PS4 version that's coming out, I don't know what the differences are between it. I can look into it though, because there's a Corpse Party Speedrun Discord, and using Japanese accounts, a lot of them have managed to already get their hands on the PS4 version of Corpse Party. They're just at the Switch version as well. It's just the newest release, if you will. A lot of people in that Discord have managed to already get their hands on it. Like there already exists a leaderboard and runs on SRC for it, and it's not even out here yet. Oops. We need to go down instead of up here. That's how we get rid of the ribbon, as you will see. This will be pleasant if you haven't seen it before. Oh yeah, absolutely. The runs stop for no man. Yeah, Corpse Party just as a series is like pretty fun to run, so I would like to get more into that. Another thing as well though is Ebe, which is, get this, you'll enjoy this because this is funny. Gave me a top kick. So I started playing Ebe, and I grinded for like 3 months or so to get a run for every category. Don't get me wrong, it's not as if I was running it relentlessly for 3 months, like I was still working and things like that between it. But yeah, 3 months it took me to get a category or to get a run in every category. Yeah, sometime around about that it was indeed. And so I'd finished that game and I'd been finished with it, and then like a month later there was a faster version of the game discovered. And the faster version is like, it's that much faster that it obsoletes any other version of the game, and therefore any other run on any other version of the game. Like, I was already playing at a disadvantage because I was playing in English and the Chinese version was faster. But even then, that was like a 10-second save or whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't really mind all that much, it's cool. Like, it's only 10 seconds. It's whatever. Like, if you don't play in the best version, you won't get any world records. And I'd already accepted that. I was like, that's fine. Like, I just wanted to play in English and have a real time. So I did that, but then there was a new version discovered, which is English and faster. And the thing that makes it faster, get this is the cherry on top, is, I don't know how else to describe this without saying it just is faster, but it literally is, the text goes quicker. Like, the text in the game isn't automatic like this game, it's manual, so you have to manually skip through it. But it's something like after the halfway point of the game, the text on the screen just appears faster. So like, come on guy, there we go. Yeah, it's not as if you need to download this version and learn like the new tricks that match up with the version or whatever. It's just, if you play on this version, you will play faster. Just purely based on the version that you're running. I need to say I think fondly of you here. There we go. So yeah, my Ebe speedruns are basically all defunct. And don't get me wrong, they're still pretty good runs, some obviously better than others. Yeah, like I could pick up any EB game or any EB category, and if I played it on the new version, assuming that I played half decently, I would just get free records. Well, not free records, but PBs. Which is oof. And like 9 out of 10 of these games are games that I've already played before. Like everything that I've suggested, with the exception of Curse of the Moon, is a game that I've already speedrun before. So there's obviously the idea that I would want to branch out and start doing other stuff as well. Could have back-to-back stream sessions of updating your PBs. I probably will end up doing something like that. Because the thing with EB is that the game's much shorter than this. Like in this, I'm just setting all my PBs, but every run is just shy of an hour. Like even the shortest category in this, I think, still clocks in at about 54 minutes. Whereas the shortest category in EB is usually about 21 minutes. I think the world record right now might even be a 20-minute. So, just like for perspective's sake, you could beat the slowest or the fastest category in EB, you could beat 3 times. Like on average, close to 3 times before one category in this game. And considering that I do usually 2 to 3 runs of this per stream, I would be able to get a lot more mileage out of playing EB than I would out of this game. As far as like running different categories. I don't know when, but at some point I would like to do a challenge stream as well. Like, there's a thing that was going about for a while, the 24-hour speedrun challenge, which is you pick a game, learn how to speedrun it, and then 24 hours later you do your first run of it. Basically learn a game in a day. And RPG Maker games aren't that hard, so you could probably feasibly do that in less than a day. So I think it would be cool to grab an RPG Maker game of like a decent length. When I say decent, maybe a game that's like the speedrun's like 20 minutes or something. And then play it for the first time on stream. And then speedrun it. Like in the same stream. Not just as a challenge for me, but as a, I don't know if you want to say tutorial, like is that the word for it? I can explain the mindset of like how I go about routing games and what sort of things that I look for when it comes to speedrunning, just in general. Like I think that might be some pretty cool insight for people that are not speedrunners or want to become speedrunners of these type of games. Oops. As like an idea of what they should do to get into it, or like how runners approach it. Yeah, pretty much. Just what you said there. Like there's a game that I done a speedrun of on SRC, like on my SRC page, called Matt Triona's Last Night. I hope I'm saying that correct. Which is about a 7-minute speedrun, and I think I learned that in like an hour. Like that's a super easy speedrun. Yeah, in reply to your earlier question, when you said what are you thinking of doing after Purgatory 2, all that, but I don't really know what order to do in. That's still up for debate. I'll maybe put that down to like a community poll or something like that. That might be fun. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking that like there's obviously a handful of things that I want to do, so I'll maybe just put up like a poll thing and just be like what would you want to see me do first? Good minds think alike. Strawpoll.com. Woke. Oops. Didn't realise that wall was like immediately in front of me. Still need to pick a category in this that I want to grind out. Well, I say grind out. Like every run that I've uploaded has been like, some of them are bad and some of them are pretty good. But I don't think there's a single one of them where I would be like, oh, that was a really good speedrun. So I need like at least one run that I'm like, yeah, that was good. Like I'll need to find like a personal goal that I want to beat. Imagine if his neck just elongated across that chasm and got me for there. Something to think about. Why? The free endings you have world record on is fine enough. Like they're okay. Don't get me wrong, they're world records. Some of them are free world record, and like they'll get beat when anyone else tries to do it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It was my guy SMP that put me onto this train of thought, actually, because I was like, well, if you've got the world record, then surely it's good. But he speedruns Harry Potter on the Game Boy Color, and he had world record in that for the longest time. He might still have that, and he had world record in it. And I remember him saying to his pal, "It's not a good run." I was like, "What do you mean it's not a good run? It's the record." And he was like, "Yeah, but the RNG and stuff like that, and it was bad. Like, there's a lot of more in-depth sort of things that go into it." But it's like, yeah, it's the record, but there's still a lot that could be improved in it. So then I was like, no, I can see where you're coming from with that, to be fair. So I'm saying there's a lot of runs that I've done. It's like they are the record, but the movement's a bit sloppy in places. Some of the chases have been not great. Some of them have used backup strategies because the main faster strategy and things like that haven't worked out. So there's this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Please go away. Yes. Right, this is kind of like the prime example of like what I was saying, because I'm like, see, even if I complete this and still get a record, I lost a lot of time there. Glad to see your enthusiasm for my survival. Like, I know that I'm maybe making it out as if it's a major thing, and it's like, ah, but you only lost like 10 seconds. But, see, when runs start getting way competitive, that 10 seconds is the make or break. God damn, it's that chain of emotes again, the cursed image. I had a game in my head that was like the prime example of this, but I've just remembered what it is. Your Turn to Die. Also, if you're familiar with the game, no spoilers please. There's people in the chat that haven't played it. Your Turn to Die, the world record for chapter 1-1 is like between the world record and the 4th place run, there's like less than 10 seconds. Like, that run is to the point where if you're shooting for a high time, like if you want a pretty high up on the leaderboard spot, you can make no mistakes. Like, as close to no mistakes as you can. An hour 4 and 4? Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was an hour 4 and 1. It's only 3 seconds worth of difference, but it actually means that I have a few more seconds to play around with than I thought I did. Not that the 3 seconds is going to make a break the run at this point though. We did get rid of the ribbon, didn't we? Like, I'm pretty sure we did. Oops. I'm a firing my laser. You remember that one, Margaret? I'm not sure how long this cutscene lasts, but I don't think it's going to be... Meanwhile, I don't think it's going to be another, like, 3 minutes on top of this. Shat myself. Fucking hell, that was like right in my ear. I felt that vibration through my whole skull. I knew it wasn't my phone because of how loud it was, but I still was like, oh god, why? That is world record, a big world record. Nice. I still feel as if that could go under the an hour and a minute barrier. Like that could probably be a 1-0 something. And offers comments. Hi, okay, let's get a look. Thanks so much for playing Purgatory 2. What did you think of the game? Hope you enjoyed it. As for any further sequels to Purgatory, it's currently in the works. I knew that. And as for the game I'm currently developing, the Demon King Castle's Council Chamber in SRPG Studio. Do you know what my other game, the Free Forbidden Book Stone, still coming along slowly? Okay. Thank you for beating the game. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks.